Good day, everyone. Our topic it is all about estuaries and intertidal zones. So we have three questions here as you can see. One is what is estuaries and intertidal zones. Number two, what are the different habitats and factors that can be found in estuaries and intertidal zones. And number three is describe the different interactions that takes place in estuaries and intertidal zones. So we have also pictures here. As you can see, in picture 1, it is the first picture example of estuaries, while number 2, it is the example of intertidal zones. So what is estuaries and intertidal zones? So estuaries, it is an series of the seas. It is a body of brackish water near the coast where fresh water from rivers and streams flows into the oceans and mixes with salt water. And it may be a bay, a lagoon, or a harbor. So the importance of estuaries, it is support a diversity of species of fish, shellfish, aquatic plants, and animals. Now let's proceed to intertidal zones. Intertidal zones, it is an area where land meets the sea between high and low tide zones, and it is composed of all plants, animals, and microorganisms living in it. This includes coral reefs, teeming with many corals with different kind of fishes. And then the importance of intertidal zones, it maintains a balance between the land and the sea. Next is what are the different habitats and factors that can be found in estuaries and intertidal zones. So you have here abiotic and biotic factors. So biotic factors, these are the living organisms that can affect an ecosystem. This may include coral reefs, the mangrove forest, the crabs, and the birds. This set of organisms can be the producer, organisms that can manufacture their own food, consumer, organisms that get energy by feeding on plants and other organisms, and the decomposers, organisms that feed on dead animals and waste. Next is the abio- abiotic factors. Abiotic factors, these are the non-living factors that can affect an ecosystem. This may include the waves, the temperature, salinity, amount of sunlight, and type of soil. Uh, Biotic and abiotic factors, the important. Abiotic factors is a living thing that has an impact on another population of living things or on the environment, while a biotic factor is do the same thing but they are a non-living. This two factor it is make up an ecosystem to survive biotic factors that need abiotic factors. Next is the different habitats found in an intertidal zones and estuary. Coral reef. Areas which are teeming with many corals. Formations are seen in this are due to large number of corals living here. This serves as a sanctuary for young fishes. The animals living in it are corals, different kinds of fishes, sea anemones, and sea stars. Next is the mudflats. It an areas which has a large amount of mud deposited on it. The mud usually comes from the sea or river. Crabs, the migratory birds, sand dollars, mussels, the clams, the mollusks, and seashells are commonly found in this area. Next is the salt marsh. These are the areas which are filled with water during high tide and become drained with it is low tide. The area is marshy because of the decomposing plant matter in the area. The animals that can be seen in this area are clams, the oysters, the mussels, the snails, and the shrimps. Next is the rocky shore. These are the shores which has many rocks deposited. This rock serves as a hiding place for small crabs and prawns. Barnacles, the hermit crab, the sea stars, the limpets, the mollusks, the shrimps, the prawns, and crabs live in this area. Next let's proceed the another one. Describe the different interactions that takes place in estuaries and intertidal zones. So we have here a food chain and a food web. The feeding relationship found in an intertidal zones and estuary. The food chain, it is a series of organisms in which an organisms feed on another organisms and so on. And then it always starts with the producer. Next is the food web. It is an interlinked food chain. It consists of two or more chains and contains more organisms that compared a single food web. So the relationship of food chain and food web are a food chain outlines its home. A food web is all of the food chain in an ecosystem, and then each organism in an ecosystem occupies a specific traffic level or positions in the food chain or web. So that's all. Thank you for watching.